What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome back. You know what it is. You know the deal. Got a video for you guys. Let me straighten out this camera. There we go. my lighting's a little off. But yeah, I got the video. You see the title. This is a review for Survivor. I'm about to say SummerSlam, Survivor Series. I also got a chance to go to the movies and see Doom. So yeah, I finally got unbusy and finally was able to relax and just like, you know what? Let's go knock some movies off the list. So I went to go see Doom, but that's for the next video. The next video after this will be the review for Doom. But let's get into Survivor Series. Survivor Series. This year's Survivor Series, the thing was built around not just about Raw and SmackDown going head to head. This was also built around The Rock's 25th anniversary because those of you who don't know, The Rock debuted it at Survivor Series and as Rocky Maivia. So this was like his 25th anniversary since that debut. And he debuted it in the Battle Royal. So, it was a lot of things centered around him. But don't expect The Rock to show because The Rock is a very busy Hollywood man. So, things. But what we did I don't got it on here on my little notes, but I did hear from some people who have seen the pre-show was they moved the Damian Priest, which is the Intercontinental Champion versus United States Champion match, to the pre-show. And I heard the match was pretty good, but the most important thing that came out of it was that Damian basically, I guess, somewhat turned heel. It's from what I'm hearing, it's not like a full heel turn. They doing like a I heard this from Wrestle Talk. They said they doing like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing with him, where he's a face, but then he turns into when he gets pissed off, he turns into a heel. So it is what it is on that front. But yeah, that's what I heard. Basically, he turned heel by breaking Rick Boo's guitar. I guess he kept warning Rick Boo's about playing the guitar, and that he played it one more time, he was going to come out the ring, smash the guitar, and beat him up with it. And Rick Boo's did do that. So he got pissed, got out the ring, grabbed the guitar, smashed it, and hit Rick Boo's with it. But when Shinsuke Nakamura tried to help Rick Boo's, and I think he went up and I think he hit Damian Priest or tried to get Damian Priest's attention. Anyway, Damian Priest realized it. I think he hit Damian Priest, and Damian Priest got mad and turned around and blasted him with the piece of guitar that he still had in his hand, which caused a disqualification, meaning that SmackDown won that match via that's one for SmackDown via disqualification on the pre-show. But with hardly any talks about. I think they did talk about it a couple of times, but other than that, yeah, that was like one for SmackDown. So if we keep it a tally, it's SmackDown 1, Raw 0. But we all know on the main card, Raw pretty much ran roughshod. So the actual first match of the night, or the main card, I should say, was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion, and it was a good open. It had a nice little build-up storytelling into it. How about friends who were best friends and now turn enemies, and because all the behind they playing up the behind the scenes drama, and WWE is known for that. Like, this is not the first time, nor will it be the last, that WWE would use real life personal drama into the story. Everybody remember Matt Hardy and Edge, right, with Lita. If you don't know, go look it up. But Cliff Notes, Lita was dating Matt Hardy in real life, and in real life, she cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge. So Lita being with Edge wasn't just on the TV show. She was really dating him in real life, and that's what got Edge and Lita like noticed as the evil heel couple, was because everybody knew in real life Lita cheated. It was literally revealed that she cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, and they was having backstage fights and stuff. So Vince McMahon decided to use that for real, and that's basically what's going on here with Becky Lynch. There's reported that real backstage fighting, so Vince McMahon used that, and they played to that in this match. You could tell they was being professional, but they were trying to wiggle in some shoot like fights in between, like they really hate each other. So it was like they tried to, but it was really being professional about it. And they put on a great match. They put on a great match because you could tell they was being professional just because it was a great match. When if you really was like trying to fight each other, you're not caring about putting on no match. Y'all just trying to beat the hell out of each other for real, and they try to put a little bit of that in there with a little bit of performance, and but yeah, the end came to where Becky Lynch she would get rolled up by Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was trying to use the ropes to help her get the pin, and the referee caught Charlotte Flair doing it. But then, in his attempt to get Charlotte Flair to stop doing that, to stop holding the ropes, she let go of the ropes. The referees yelled at her, and Becky Lynch would take advantage, reverse the rope into her own version of it, and basically, unlike Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch did the same thing, but she waited until the last moment where she knew the referee wouldn't be looking and grabbed the rope so that Charlotte Flair couldn't kick out. Like, she waited till the referee had went to count for 2, and then she grabbed the ropes real quick and got the pinfall. Becky Lynch and Becky Lynch won the match. I think Charlotte Flair was I think that was the right call to have Charlotte Flair lose. Unlike what they did in the main event, but we'll get to that later on. The next match would be the traditional 5-on-5 men's elimination Survivor Series match, which is Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Team Raw was Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley. I remember up to them too. It was Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley. I'm forgetting 2 more people. I forgot who it was on that team. Anyway, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I can't recall the last 2 people. Y'all know who it was. SmackDown. I do remember SmackDown had Jeff Hardy, Sheamus. Reason why I can't remember because I got that space in my mind reserved for Tony Storm, because I had to remember that Tony Storm was added to the match. But it was Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre. I almost said Ricochet. Drew McIntyre. Oh Lord, I can't remember the other 2 people for SmackDown either. They were so insignificant. They wasn't insignificant. King Woods was on. It was King Woods and who did they replace? That Sheamus was the one who replaced with Sami Zayn. So it was King Woods, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, King Woods, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy. And there was one more person. I can't remember who it was for SmackDown. But yeah, it was a good match overall. To continue, it was a good match overall. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We had some great eliminations. I think the only people that didn't get eliminated via pinfall was Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. They began fighting each other and actually eliminated themselves. The match was a good. It was a good match. It wasn't boring. The only thing I felt. That's at the end too. That's like the overall verdict of the show. But it came down to the final 2. It would be Seth Rollins versus Jeff Hardy, both sole survivors of their team. Sheamus did get eliminated, I think, thanks to a tandem work between Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. And then Jeff Hardy would eliminate Austin Theory. It was a nice go ahead. You know, they had Jeff Hardy being like the sole survivor who keeps constantly kicking out no matter what you do, and then they carried down, like I said, to Seth Rollins and Jeff Hardy. They went back and forth, had a good fighting, but Jeff Hardy went for the Swanton Bomb one too many times. Seth Rollins would get the knee up, hit the stump, and pin Jeff Hardy to be the winner. To be the winner for the Raw team, meaning the Raw team won the traditional Survivor Series 5-on-5 men's elimination. So the next match, I know before this, I think it was before. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in here anyway because I don't got it written down when it actually happened. But there was a backstage moment with Bobby, not with Bobby Lashley, but with Vince McMahon. He came, you know, in the promotion, like helped it because this was also sponsored by Red Notice, which is the Rock movie from Netflix, with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. They basically it was I guess in the movie they try to catch the thief who tried to steal these eggs, and Vince McMahon had the egg which was supposed to be playing on tonight. I guess somebody stole the egg, and then tonight on Raw we're supposed to figure out who he gonna figure out once and for all. Cause he made Vince McMahon order from everybody from SmackDown and Raw to stay on Raw so that he could figure out who stole the egg. Let's see, but yeah, then we got the third match, which is the Rock 25th Anniversary Battle Royal, where, you know, I guess this was supposed to be used like just like how this would help The Rock become The Rock. That's what propelled him to stardom. So that was like the main purpose of this match, to see who could become the next star, main eventer like The Rock. How this helped The Rock become. So, and Omos, he was the big standout out of the in this battle as he had the most eliminations. I think he had like between 8 and 10 eliminations. But Omos basically was the standout star, and he would ultimately be the winner. The reason why I kind of like skimmed over it because I want to talk about it more as with the problems I had with that battle royal. But we're gonna get to the next match, which is the Usos versus RK Bro. This was also a good match. Majority, even the Battle Royal was a good match. Most of these matches are good matches. I don't think any match was pretty awful. It fell flat because it was really nothing consequential. Like, it was no consequence for the loser, no consequence for the winner, no reward for the winner. So, you know, it's kind of like, eh. But yeah, this was a good match. RK Bro and the Usos did their thing. It was a very competitive match. Every match had their own time to shine, and the Usos and RK Bro really did do their thing. I think the finish came with I want to say Jimmy didn't realize it was either Jimmy or Jay, but they didn't. One of them, I forgot who it was now because I'm doing this a day later. But one of them didn't realize Riddle got tagged by Randy Orton. So they set Riddle up for the for the splash from the top rope, the Superfly splash. And when they went for it, they hit it on Riddle. They went to go hit it, but not realize that Riddle was a person. So Randy Orton snuck in, RKO'd them as they went down and hit Riddle with the splash. So Riddle still got hit with the splash, but they got hit. But the person who did it, the Uso who did it, got hit with the RKO and rolled up for the win. So RK Bro was a winner there. The next match will be the traditional 5-on-5 women's women's elimination I was about to say SmackDown women's elimination Survivor Series match. This was also a good match. This match, it was good. You know, they had their spots and stuff. I like to point out that SmackDown purposely eliminated their own teammate. They all end up getting into it with Sasha Banks, and because I think Sasha Banks was basically rubbing everybody the wrong way, and she basically kept trying to get back into the ring, but they kept pushing her out to argue with her, and then after a while, it just became on purpose. Like the first, I think Chauncey pulled her out to argue with her. Then Shayna was trying to break it up, but then Bianca, not Bianca, but Sasha will push Chauncey into Shayna, and then Shayna would get into it, and she would pull Sasha back out. And apparently, if you don't get all the way into the ring, the count don't stop. And because she kept trying to get into, every time she got into the ring, like she got half her body in there, but they kept grabbing her legs to pull her out, so the count never broke. And Shayna did that to argue with her, but then eventually everybody kept doing it because they just didn't want her on the team anymore. So they purposely kept her out until the 10 count eliminated her. Because when she got eliminated, they was all like, "Bye bye, get away from us." But yeah, the match, it came down to the sole survivor for Raw was Bianca Belair, and I think Shayna. Yeah, I think it came out, and then at that moment it was like Shayna and Chauncey Blackheart and Natalya, and she, obviously Bianca got the elimination of both Shayna and Natalya to make it her versus Chauncey Blackheart, which they both put on a great performance. This match in particular, it had their time to shine, but they kind of rushed it because we knew what was next, the big main event. So they kind of rushed it a little bit in certain parts because some of the eliminations wasn't as drawn out as the man's elimination was. Some of the eliminations was quick, but in the end, Chauncey would get overpowered by Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair would pin Chauncey to become to win and be the sole survivor of the Raw's team. The main event saw basically Big E versus Roman Reigns, build up off of what was going on in the past SmackDown and Raw. I was going to do a video for SmackDown, but nothing significant since it was just like a going home, so nothing significant happened other than, Roman Reigns and King Woods getting into it, and King Woods setting a trap for Roman Reigns. So that's why I just said, you know what, I'm just do a Survivor Series video. But yeah, the main event was a good main event. I mean, Big E shined really good in this match, and so did Roman. They went back and forth. Big E took like 3 Superman punches. That was like, to me, one of the best parts of the match is when Big E took 3 Superman punches, and he gets up while Roman like psyching himself up, and Roman goes, "Ooh, rah," and then he goes to run, but he stops because when he looks back and goes to run, he like, "Oh crap!" Big E just standing in front of him like, "Nah, we ain't playing no more." And then he just started beating up Roman Reigns. They went back and forth, but then in the end, Roman would turn the tables and get the pick. I think he hit him with another spear. I think Big E and Roman both hit each other with a spear, and Big ended earlier in the match, and they both kicked out of each other's finisher. But this time it would be too much for Big E, and Big E would lose to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns standing tall. Overall, this was a great pay-per-view. What I did like about it was the fact that none of the matches bored me. I actually enjoyed for what they were, the majority of the matches, and it was a fairly decent pay-per-view. But there are 2 things I didn't like about it, which was, the whole Rock thing aside. I didn't expect Rock to be there, so that wasn't a problem. But I expected Roman Reigns to lose that match, only because he won last year, and he could and what you've been doing with what WWE's been doing with Roman, Roman could afford to have lost this match. Big E should have won this match. They needed Big E to win this match, in my opinion, because Big E's the newer champion, and he needs the bigger build-up. You already built Roman up to this point. You fed him everybody, even Brock Lesnar. So at this point, Roman didn't need this victory at Survivor Series. Big E did, so I felt that was the wrong booking on that part. And then the whole thing about the Battle Royal is another thing I didn't like, is because I didn't like the fact that this is WWE. We know in Royal Rumbles and Battle Royals, everybody's going to gang up on the big dude to make sure he doesn't win the match, because they know they can't win the match. So it was just awkward storytelling. They was even, the announcers were even trying to get, like, if they all go gang up on Omos, they should, and they never did. Nobody gang up on Omos until it was like Omos and Dolph Ziggler, Ricochet, and it was Omos parts. It was like 5 of them. So the 4 tried to gang up on Omos, but it was too late at that point. Where you have people like Commander Aziz, Apollo Crews, you had all these people in this match, and yet nobody, they all were shooting the bell running, so all should have just ran and ganged up on Omos, and they didn't. Plus, this was a missed opportunity with the releases. I know I didn't say nothing about the releases, but with their stupid releases, especially when they just released the rest of Hit Row now, this was a missed opportunity, because you could have had someone like Karrion Kross or Keith Lee, or even somebody in Hit Row. You could have had somebody new other than Omos. I'm glad Omos won because he is somebody new, but you could have had somebody like them who was more primed and ready to become a main star in the main scene, and you didn't. You released them, so this kind of fell flat. But with that being said, if I was to give this Survivor Series pay-per-view, I would give it an 8 big ups, just because I took 2 parts off, just because the booking for the Roman Reigns and Big E's match, and the lackluster, the fact that the both for the lackluster of the pay-per-view itself having no real benefit, reward, or consequence for the losers and the winners, and the fact that it was just missed opportunity with the Battle Royal itself. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about Survivor Series, and what you thought that could have been. Did you think the Battle Royal was a missed opportunity with the releases, or did you enjoy everything on the show? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much you want to support the channel, please support the channel. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on all post notifications so you get notified when I drop videos, make posts, do everything, all that. And yeah, as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere. I got Doom coming next. Peace.